Good night and welcome to another edition of Sports Monday. I am Paul Lopez. Winning isn't everything, but wanting to win is. That's a quote from Vincent Lombardi, an American football coach. Over the weekend, athletes competed across various disciplines to do just that, win. We kick off tonight's coverage with some cycling action. The International Masters Tour de Santino was held on Saturday and Sunday. On Saturday, 90 riders took on the grueling hills of Mountain Pine Ridge. Those hills had many top cyclists pushing beyond their limitations for 38 miles. Here's a quick recap. The starting whistle is blown and the 90 riders are off from the Busman Hill just outside of Georgeville. SPD's Bob Gabriel and Mexican rider for Santino's Manuel Serrano are leading the race, heading towards the halfway point at the end of the paved road in Mountain Pine Ridge. The lead is shared between the two riders as they approach this hill. Serrano gets out of his saddle on the incline and creates a gap between himself and Gabriel. At the halfway point, Serrano maintains his lead with Gabriel on his tail. Serrano finished the race approximately 5 minutes ahead of Bob Gabriel and 6 minutes ahead of the third place rider. Serrano's experience in hilly terrains was on full display and Belize Bob Gabriel rose to the challenge. On day 2, the second leg of the race began at Old Belize. The 50-mile race took cyclists to Democracia Village and back to Old Belize. Approaching mile 29, heading to the halfway point, it's day 1 second place winner Bob Gabriel with an attack to the front of the race. He is chased by 3 other riders as they sprint for a station prize at mile 29 milepost. Heading back to Belize City at mile 27, it is Manuel Serrano and Bob Gabriel in front, maintaining an extended gap between the main peloton. Serrano and Gabriel still had their lead in Hattieville. By this time, it was determined that these men would be the top 2 finishers of the day and the entire tour. Just under a mile left to the finish line, Serrano gets off his seat and sprints off ahead of fatigued Gabriel, all the way to the finish line.
I'm really happy to be coming here. This is my first time in Belize, and I really like the country. I really like the people. I mean, all the guys here in Belize received us like if we were family. So I didn't know what to expect when I was coming here for my first race. I have raced in Europe, in the US, in Mexico, in many places in South America. And I think here is the place where everyone, all the riders cheer you up, everyone gives you water. It doesn't matter if it's your rival or your friend.
Eventually he dropped an attack with me right up there by 6 miles and I was already, fatigued. So I said I'm just going to hold on to the end and, appreciate the fact is that I came out here for the past 2 days and worked very hard. Not only for my team, but for the country of Belize, because to me it seemed like it was Mexico against Belize today.
In this race we had 48 foreigners and 42 Belizeans. And it turned out, as you can see, beautiful. Stage 1 was in the mountains. And in fact, many Guatemalans and Mexicans that had come here before say, we never know that we got any kind of hill way. And take a lick there.
A total of 42 Belizeans and 48 foreigners rode the tour. Moving on now to some basketball action. The William Dawson Sprite Digi Youth Basketball Tournament 2023 continued on Saturday on the St. John's Primary School's basketball court. 7 games were played, and tonight we have highlights from the 4th matchup of the day between the skilled 501 Falcons and the energetic Mahogany Heights team. Number 1 for Falcon, Luani Cayetano drives into the paint, dishes out to his teammate Antoine Warner for the layup and the foul. On the other end of the court, Mahogany Heights, Maurice Neal with the fake dribble goes up for the shot and draws the foul. In the second half, Cayetano with the drive from the arc sees an open Raymond Gongora at the paint, and it's an easy layup. Isaiah Martinez with the rebound passes on top to number 15 Jerson Greenwich, who has a wide opening. He dashes to Calvert Webster for the sweet layup. Raymond Gongora displayed dominance in the paint for the Falcons. Here he has the mismatch against Jamar Flowers. He spins and gets off his feet for the layup. Gongora spent a lot of time at the free throw line from fouls while going to the basket. Pass to Jamar Flowers, Jerson Greenwich, no look pass to Webster. He finds Greenwich, who puts up a mid-range shot and misses. The ball was turned over and Gongora once again capitalizing on the other end. That match ended 33 to 27 points in favor of 501 Falcons. And from basketball, we now take you to the football pitch at the Berger Field in Belize City. The Anthony Mahler U13 Mundialito continued on Saturday with 8 matchups. Here is the game between Tutbe Yabra and the Samson Academy boys. 5 minutes into the match, Tutbe's Cardinal Welsh intercepts the ball and fires to the goal. The goalkeeper blocks the shot. The ball hits the top post and Samir Gibbs is right there to clean up for the first goal of the match. Less than a minute later, Samson Academy's Ethan Lewis steps up and waits for the whistle. He launches a Hail Mary that surprisingly goes over the heads of a defender and the goalkeeper to tie the game at 1 apiece. What a spectacular shot. 2 minutes later, Asher Welch with the ball on the right wing with a little shake and bake to clear the path. He beats a second defender in the penalty box and fires. Goalkeeper deflects the ball, but he's right there to gently tap it in for his team's second goal. That game finished 3-1 in favor of Tutbe Yabra. The third match of the day saw Royal Fusion Girls go up against Millennium Academy. 6 minutes into the match, number 6 for Millennium, Jocelyn Zuniga with the ball. She is defended by Zoisha Davis. Zuniga finds the opening and shoots. That is the first goal of the match. At the 7-minute mark, the young and skillful Amina Burgess gets the throw in, beats one defender. The goalkeeper looks to stop the ball, but Burgess keeps her composure as she ensures the ball goes in and hits the net. Amina Burgess scored a second goal at the 10th minute. Minutes later, number 9 Cleon Suazo ties the game with this lob that slipped right through the hands of the goalkeeper. That match ended at 2 apiece. And finally for tonight, we want to say best of luck to the Under-20 National Women's Volleyball team as they prepare to compete in the Women's Volleyball Continental Championship and Pan American Cup in Mexico. Belize's first game is on Tuesday night against Mexico. Well, folks, that's all we have for you in tonight's coverage of Sports Monday. Until next time, have a good night.